Go ahead, Jay.
I mean, for one, I don't think you could put a timeline on grief or loss. You really can't put a timeline on it. I was in short relationships, that might have lasted maybe a year, if that. And I grieved that longer than relationships where I was in it for like 2 or 3 years. You know what I'm saying? It's just the level of the relationship, you know what I'm saying? The depth of the relationship. So there's no timeline on it. And I mean, as far as men crying, we stuff so much stuff to the back burner, in terms of this happens. All right, I'm not gonna react to it. That happens, I'm not gonna react to it. That happens. We take so much stuff that we deal with in the world, so many circumstances, so many obstacles, so many failures, so much loss, and we just ball it up and we put it somewhere. You know what I mean? So him crying for a year, like I agree with AP. I don't think he meant literally every day, but they are catalysts, man. You could be suffering from a loss of a loved one, and you could see, a cop beating up an innocent black kid or shooting an innocent back, and that could be the thing that could be the icing on the cake. That could be the cherry on top that just has you boom, you explode. All those emotions just come out. So you never know what the catalyst is going to be, because we know there's a lot of stuff that we put to the back just because we have to do it to keep moving forward. Like, I don't have time to sit here and grief this and feel these feelings right now, because I got work to do. I got to make sure this person is okay. I got to take this person to the doctor. I got to make sure this person got their braces. I got, what I mean? We have so many hats that we don't have time to sit there and just be emotional about stuff. So, and nobody cares. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's another thing. Nobody's gonna come and pet our heads and tell, oh, it's gonna be okay. We don't have time for that, because nobody cares. So you have a situation where he probably had time to be by himself, be in his thoughts, and that was probably just a catalyst. Boom. And he got through it. You know what I mean? And if, like, Luis said, if he never said anything, nobody would have never knew. He wasn't on the internet talking about, you know, new year, new me, or, all those little cryptic texts or status that people post when they get out of relationships, whatever, you know what I'm saying? The series of texts and cryptic messages that people post on their status when they out of a relationship, and they claiming to be better off without it. So I think it was mature of him to say that. But just as well, if you look at the comments, you see there's a bunch of people that want to compare trauma. You know what I'm saying? They want to play trauma tennis. Oh, Tia went through a lot too. Nobody cares. This ain't about her right now. You know what I'm saying? She had her run of New Year, New Me. Look at me, I'm on a damn yacht. Look at me, I'm playing tennis. You know what I mean? He just sat back and he healed. That's what you're supposed to do here. You don't get people involved in your healing. You just shut up, stay the course, you heal. You do the work. That's a lesson.
Like you never no I'll be honest with you, I never heard anything from this guy. Like it's like radio silent. Like he didn't go on a media tour or a podcast tour or a Twitter X, Twitter finger expect run, and like nobody heard from this guy. Nobody saw. He was like behind the scene. He took his licking and he just took his ball and went home. He was quiet about it. He was very humble about it. And the way he handled himself in terms of optics and portrayal of him, it's very hard for me to believe that this guy didn't care. It wasn't like he was outside or in the clubs or on a yacht trying
Breaking up, Luis.
Breaking up.
But to
I can't
Luis's
speak
point,
that credence about her. Like she was trying
the opposite of like Luis, the opposite of what Luis is explaining would have been is it Devin Franklin, the dude who divorced Megan Good?
Hmm.
Like, you know, he was on a tour, yo. He was on a How Does It Feel tour, you know what I'm saying? Crying. He got the post, you know, bigger and better things. You know, he got the video of him just in tears, like, hey, hey. You know, he wants to include everybody in his healing. Like,
Yeah.
you know, let me monetize this pain. You know what I mean? So he would be the total opposite of Tia's ex.
Yeah, and just to add before I get to Cookie, just to add to it too, it's easy for us as outsiders to really speak on anybody's situation if you had not gone through it. So it's easy to say what we would do, and then typically when people are in situations, they really have no control over how they respond to things. I mean, 15 years is a long time, and sometimes like men carry the burden as far as not ever wanting to fail their marriage, even though they may have contributed to the marriage failing. So I don't think that no man wants a marriage to fail. And so when it comes to that reality, get that reality check, it's like, damn, the life that I had is completely different now. You know, I remember Hink spoke on this when he said that he walked into a empty house and it was a different type of feeling. And sometimes you don't get that moment of clarity or you're not able to relate to until you start seeing the consequences and the symptoms of your new reality. So,
And
um,
real quick, and even more so if you created them.
right. Yeah. 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 Like
You
if you
know what I'm
create,
saying? Like if you did something to cause it, you know,
yeah.
which I don't think is this guy's situation, but a lot of people created the reason that they're in an empty house.
Mhm. And then also too, if you have a love for your children, if you are active and you do consider their feelings, sometimes kids begin to ask questions when you go through those things. And so if he's around his kids and the kids are saying, you know, like, how come you have your own house? Or how come when you start to hear those things, those are also some things that can contribute to the hurt. And it's like you reliving everything all over again because kids are going to ask questions. And it's going to take some time for them to be able to digest the new reality that they have to live in as well. And who knows what's being said when the kids are around. And maybe you may not think they're around, but maybe they're ear hustling or they're playing with their toys and iPads and watching TV and able to catch a glimpse of conversations. And then they're coming to the other parent and they're like relaying certain things. So who knows what that man is going through or have gone through. I mean, he did seem like he took some time before he was able to respond, which I can respect that. And I'm not going to be the one to sit there and be hard on him from saying that he was crying. And I think everybody handles it differently. However you handle it is on him, and kind of go from there. I'm gonna go ahead and run this clip back. I'm not sure if you've seen it. I'm gonna go ahead and run it back for you, and then we'll go ahead and get your opinion about it.